I want to run a thought experiment with you. Imagine I have a device in my pocket, small, about the size of a phone. Cost $169. Purchased legally on Amazon. Now imagine I sit down next to you on the subway. I don't touch you. I don't open your bag. I don't do anything visible. Question: can I steal data from your credit card without you noticing? The answer you were hoping for is no. The correct answer is yes, in 2.7 seconds. And here is the part the financial system would prefer you didn't know. This vulnerability is not new. The companies know about it. The banks know about it. The governments know about it. They chose convenience over your security. Welcome to ghost tapping. This is not science fiction. This is the architecture of your wallet. Right now, while you listen to this. Before I explain how this theft works, I want you to answer 3 hypotheses. Not as a viewer, as a scientist. Hypothesis 1. Your card only transmits information when you tap it on a payment terminal. True or false? False. Completely false. If NFC is active, your card is constantly transmitting. You don't need to do anything. It's like a radio that never turns off. Always broadcasting, waiting for someone to listen. Hypothesis 2. Capturing that signal requires specialized equipment worth thousands of dollars. True or false? False. $169. Amazon. Express delivery. Hypothesis 3. The most important one. If your data gets stolen, you find out quickly and cancel in time. True or false? The attack takes 2.7 seconds. Average detection takes 3 to 7 days. That gap between 2.7 seconds and 7 days is exactly where the ghost tapping criminal business lives. Now comes the empirical evidence. No anecdotes, no speculation. Verifiable data with cited sources. ESET, one of the 3 most respected cybersecurity firms in the world, documented this. Ghost tapping attacks multiplied by 35 in 6 months. From the second half of 2024 to the first half of 2025. For scientific context, a growth rate of 35 times in 6 months is not a trend, it is an explosion. Why Latin America specifically? Because the region adopted contactless payments faster than anywhere else on the planet. Chile has 90% of its transactions on NFC, Guatemala 79, Costa Rica 77, Peru 75, Colombia 64. Direct translation: every country that modernizes its financial infrastructure is expanding the attack surface without telling you it's doing so. The system sold you convenience, it did not sell you security. It billed you separately. Singapore, October through December 2024. 656 confirmed cases. Documented. Prosecuted. Nearly $1 million in 3 months. That is the Singapore police force, not a blog. Group IB tracked a single criminal group that operated from November 2024 to August 2025. $355,000. In 2024, authorities seized 2,400 devices globally. 2,400 from the ones they caught. The ones who knew what they were doing are still operating. The tools. No decorations. Flipper Zero. It looks like a toy. That is the design. Nobody on the subway looks twice at someone who appears to have a Tamagotchi in their pocket. It is an open-source multi-protocol platform. It reads NFC. It reads RFID. It reads infrared. It reads radio. And it clones with a button. $169. Purchased legally online. Designed by security researchers. Extensively used by criminals. According to verified police reports from Europe and Latin America, it appears in 40% of ghost tapping arrests. NFC Gate. This is the one that completely changes the rules. It was created by students at the Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany. Legitimate academic research. Published open source so other researchers could study NFC vulnerabilities. Good intentions. Criminals modified it. Criminal A captures your NFC signal on the subway, transmits it over the internet. Criminal B, in another city, receives it and uses it at a payment terminal. Your bank sees a legitimate transaction. The NFC protocol worked exactly as it was designed to work. Impossible to detect in real time. TXNFC, Supercard X. These are not hobbyists, these are commercial operations. TXNFC had more than 21,000 documented subscribers on Telegram in January 2025. That is Group IB, not a rumor. 21,000 people with access to relay attack infrastructure, with technical support included. Why am I showing you this? Not to give you ideas. If you wanted to do this, you would have already found these tools on the open internet. I'm showing you because you cannot defend against something you don't understand, and because the first step to closing a vulnerability is seeing it exactly as it is. 3 attack types. Document it, prosecute it. Type 1. Direct skimming. The most common, the most invisible. There is nothing dramatic about it. No black gloves. The criminal stands in the subway. They move close to you in the normal crowding of a full car. The reader in their pocket detects your card. NFC handshake, authentication. Data captured, 2.7 seconds. The criminal is already looking at their flipper screen. You haven't even reached your stop. That data goes to the dark web. Between $5 and $50 per card. The buyer uses it on online purchases that don't require a security code. Type 2. Relay attack. 2 criminals, an internet connection, 1 app. Criminal A is near you. They don't need to touch you. Just be within 10 centimeters. Your NFC signal travels over the internet to where criminal B is, in real time, in milliseconds. Criminal B has a device that emits that signal. They place it near a payment terminal. The terminal reads the signal, authenticates it. The purchase is approved. Your bank sees a legitimate transaction. The NFC protocol worked exactly as it was designed to work. There is no detectable anomaly in real time. Type 3. Physical plus digital. The one that causes the most financial damage. Your phone gets stolen. If you don't have biometrics active on your digital wallet, the attack window is 15 to 60 minutes. No fingerprint, no face, no PIN. Just successive purchases until you block it or until the limit runs out. 3 vectors. 1 shared vulnerability. The system assumes that whoever has the signal has the right to use it. That is an incorrect assumption, and criminals exploit it every single day. Countermeasures. Verified. No exaggeration. First, RFID block in wallet. Portable Faraday cage. Disrupts the electromagnetic field. 99.9% effective against passive reads. Tested by NIST. Cost between $10 and $30. Cost of the kit it blocks over $1,000. The asymmetry works in your favor. Second, aluminum foil. Same principle, 0 cost. 95% effective. Use it as an emergency measure, not as permanent architecture. Third, and this is critical from a technical standpoint, your physical card has NFC always active. It cannot authenticate who of reading it. It transmits your real card number. Apple Pay and Google Pay are different by design, not by marketing, by architecture. NFC only activates when you authorize with biometrics. Without your fingerprint or your face, there is no signal. NFC Gate cannot capture something that doesn't exist. They use tokenization. Your real card number never travels through the air. A single-use code travels one that expires in seconds. If someone intercepts it, it is worthless. NIST documents this. It is not Apple or Google advertising. It is verifiable security architecture. Fourth, NFC control. Android. You turn it off in 3 seconds. iPhone. You cannot turn it off. If you have an iPhone, the RFID wallet is not optional. Fifth, instant notifications. Enable alerts for every transaction. The goal is to reduce your detection window from days to seconds. Sixth, basic physics. Flip a zero. Maximum range, 10 centimeters. That is physics. You cannot negotiate it. If your card is in an inner pocket with your body as a barrier, it is physically out of range. 6 countermeasures. 94% risk reduction. The system bet you wouldn't know any of this. It just lost that bet. We started with a thought experiment. Let me close it. Initial hypothesis. Can someone steal data from your card without touching you, without you noticing, in 2.7 seconds? Verified answer? Yes. With $169 hardware, purchased legally, available today. Attacks multiplied by 35 in 6 months. Singapore, 656 cases, $930,000, 3 months. Latin America, the fastest adopting region, the most exposed, and the financial system new. The institutions that issue these cards have known about the NFC vulnerability for years. They chose not to patch it because the convenience of tap and pay increases transaction volume. More transactions, more fees. Your security is not their primary concern. That is not an evidence-free accusation. It is the result of an economic incentive documented in multiple industry analyses. This does not change with outrage. It changes with countermeasures. RFID wallet. Digital wallet with biometrics. NFC disabled on Android. Instant notifications. Strategic physical positioning. 94% risk reduction. Maximum investment, $30. The system bet on your ignorance. It just lost. Share this. Back pocket right now probably has no idea this threat exists. Subscribe. Every week we expose the mechanisms that execute you without your noticing. And in the comments, do you already have countermeasures active, or did you just discover you were competing exposed? The systems is not going to patch itself. That part is.